Hello, students of first BSc Chemistry. Let us recall what we have discussed in the last class. From the last class onwards, we have started discussing about the adjectives. We saw what are adjectives. Adjectives are words used to describe or modify the nouns or pronouns. Adjectives give more information about a noun or pronoun. So, in the last class, we started the class with a song from the famous film, namely The Sound of Music. I hope all of you might have enjoyed the song. That is, the song begins with raindrops on roses. These are a few of my favorite things. From that only I have given the title for the lecture. These are a few of my favorite things from the song. Based on the song, we have come across a few exercises that is given in your communicative English book, textbook. I hope you might have done the exercises also. You might have completed the exercises, and I hope you are keeping it in your classwork notebook. You must produce it for having your internal marks at the time of verification. After the exercises connected with the songs in adjectives, we saw the different types of adjectives or the different places where the adjectives are used. I have not completed my discussion on this part for want of time. So I was able to cover 2 points only. That is, first we saw some of the adjectives where they go in a sentence. Adjectives, they go in a sentence. There we saw that the adjectives can be used in front of a noun. Deepak and his wife have a beautiful house. Beautiful house. Beautiful is an adjective. They saw a very exciting film last night. Sometimes the adjectives can also be used after a link verb like be, look, or feel. Their house is beautiful. That film looks interesting. So, looks is a link verb. That film looks interesting. Interesting is the adjective. So, based on this, we had some exercises. That is your exercise 3. You are supposed to correct the sentences because some of the adjectives are used in the wrong place. So you might have done it, I hope. And after that, we saw the adjectives that is ending with ing and ed. See, we can make lot of adjectives by adding ing to the verbs or ed to the verbs. Amuse. Amuse is a verb. Amusing, that is a adjective. Annoying, annoy. Bore. Excite, excited, past tense. Exciting, ing, that is an adjective. Disappoint, disappointing, adjective. Interesting, shocking, surprising, frightening, tiring, worrying. They are all adjectives. And based on this, we had an exercise 4. Exercise number 4. We are given some of the adjectives ending with ing as well as ed. In exercise 4, you are given a paragraph. So you are supposed to read the paragraph and write the paragraph also, and you have to fill the blanks by choosing the adjectives that is given above, delighted to annoyed. You have to find a suitable adjective, read the sentence, understand the meaning, and fill. So this is your exercise number 4. And after that, we had the adjective order. We had two types of orders. One is, we have some places where two adjectives can be used. That is also a possibility. We often used to have two adjectives in front of a noun. Woman is a noun. It refers to a person. Naming word, woman. General name. A beautiful young woman. Beautiful is an adjective. Young is also an adjective. So we use two adjectives. A beautiful young woman. A fierce black panther. A fierce black panther. That intelligent young man. Intelligent is an adjective. Young is an adjective. That intelligent young man. So this is one of the adjective order. That is, we are using two adjectives in front of a noun. I have given some example. Your exercise number 5 is based on the adjective order. So adjectives, lazy little, two adjectives. Lazy little, poor old, crazy young, big old, creamy white, tasty red, sweet juicy, old stale. And on the right side you have the nouns. You have to match. Bread, mango, strawberry, soup, mansion, artist, beggar, boy. So match it. Creamy white, which is the suitable word. Big old, which is the suitable word. Lazy little, which is the suitable word. So find the adjectives and the noun. And the second category is, we have two adjectives which are hyphenated. You are given a few examples. Part-time, long-term, second-hand, half-hearted, far-fetched, time-consuming, well-known, handmade, good-looking, world-famous, hard-working, broad-minded, bad-tempered, broken-hearted, self-confident, low-paid. So these are some of the adjectives which are hyphenated. We make use of such hyphenated adjectives also. So based on this, you are having exercise number 6. On one side you have the hyphenated adjectives. On one side you have the hyphenated adjectives. On another side you have the associated nouns. Broken hearted, you can find a wife. Broken hearted, lover, friend, mother, brother, father, sister, wife. Self confident, brother, sister. Hard working, mother, father. Bad tempered, wife. Low paid, sister, brother, whatever it may be. So match and make and give your answers. So this is in your exercise number 6. After exercise number 6, see, we have some adjectives which give you a general opinion. The adjective describes any noun, and we can use the following adjectives. which gives you a general opinion. See, the following adjectives are giving you a general opinion, namely good, nice, awful, bad, beautiful, important, lovely, brilliant, wonderful, strange, excellent, nasty. So these are some of the adjectives which give you a general opinion. And we have sentences also. He is a good, wonderful, brilliant, bad, or dreadful person. I gave you an example, namely Veerappan. You may remember the example. Veerappan is a dreadful person in the interstate border, that is Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. See, we have another class of adjectives. That is, some of the adjectives give you a specific opinion. Adjectives which give you general opinion, and adjectives which are giving you a specific opinion, the second category. So from that this class begins. Up to the adjectives which give you a general opinion, we have completed in the last class. For want of time, I closed it. I concluded the class with that. So in this class, we shall see the second category of adjectives which give you a specific opinion. See, we use these adjectives only to describe particular kinds of noun. For example, we have various food items. We say some of the food items are delicious, tasty, and some of the food items are tasteless, sumptuous, bland, spicy, cold, warm. So these are some of the adjectives which are used to describe the quality of the food. We have different types of furnitures. Some of the furnitures are comfortable, some of them are uncomfortable, regal, expensive, cheap, old, new, impressive. Some of them are classic. So all these adjectives can be used to describe a furniture. Antique, that is also an adjective. Antique varieties, that means they follow the old style. So these are the adjectives that is used to describe a furniture. Let me repeat: comfortable, uncomfortable, regal, expensive, cheap, old, new, impressive. Suppose if you consider a building, it may be a reference, it may be a residence, it may be a college building, it may be an office building, whatever may be the building. The adjectives that is used to give a specific opinion about the building is tall, lofty, spacious, impressive, imposing, stately, old, new building. So these are the adjectives that is used to describe a building. They give you a specific opinion. Suppose if you plan to purchase a house, your family members may ask you whether the house is there, whether you want a new house or a old house. It is all depending on the money. Oh, if you have this much money, then you can purchase a old house only. Or it is better to purchase a land and construct a big house, new house, spacious house. After a few years, So these are some of the adjectives that is used to describe a building. They give you a specific opinion. And people, it refers to a general noun. We have different categories of people. We give our opinion. See, some people are clever. If they are clever, we used to say, he is a clever man. The people in that area are clever, intelligent. They are friendly, hostile. Hostile means opposite. They treat us like enemies. Benevolent, cantankerous, venomous, vindictive, helpful, unhelpful, kind, unkind, dependable, responsible, generous, aggressive, assertive, arrogant, audacious. So see, these are some of the adjectives which are used to describe the people. We have adjectives to describe an animal. They give you a specific opinion. Fierce, clever, intelligent. So we have so many pet animals also. Sometimes we used to describe them. The dog is very intelligent. Suppose if a friend comes to your house for the first time, then your dog, which is a pet animal in your house, will bark at him because your friend is coming to the house for the first time. And you have to control the dog. Suppose if the friend comes to the next time, by recognizing your friend, the dog may wag its tail. And your friend will say, see, your dog recognized me. It is an intelligent dog. We have clever animals also. Monkeys are very clever animals. They used to steal food from us. Fox, that is also a clever wild animal. Some of the animals are friendly. Dogs are friendly. Cats are friendly. Some of them are hostile, ferocious animals. Tigers. Hostile, ferocious. Huge animals. Anaconda, that is a very large snake. Small animals, big animals. So these are some of the adjectives which you use to describe the nouns, and they give you a general opinion. So now we have seen two types of adjectives. That is adjectives which are giving you a general opinion and adjectives which are giving you a specific opinion. So this is your adjectives of quantity. And coming to the fifth one, whether it is we have a few more points to be discussed in the adjectives which are giving a specific opinion and specific opinion and general opinion. See, we always put a general opinion in front of a specific opinion. So we must follow the order. Always you must put a general opinion in front of a specific opinion. A nice, tasty soup. Nice, it is a general opinion. Nice material. That means it is a very good quality material. He has purchased a nice, anything you can put. Anything is nice means it is a good item. He has purchased a nice dress. That means it is very convenient to wear. So, nice is a general opinion. But tasty, which one is tasty? A book is not tasty. A book is not in good taste, but of course they are rarely used. Sometimes we used to say the articles are not in good taste. That means they are not written in a good intention. But 99% I can say that tasty is a specific opinion. It is connected with the soup or any food item. If someone says that the food is fine, we used to say, thank you, you have given tasty food. So tasty is a general opinion, it is a word, it gives you a specific opinion about the food item. It is an adjective for food items. Tasty soup, tasty food, tasty idli, tasty dosa. Nice is a general opinion. So first you put a general opinion in front of a specific opinion. You should follow this order in writing the adjectives. A nice tasty soup. You should not say a tasty nice soup. That is wrong. Tasty nice soup is wrong. So a nice tasty soup, that is correct. A nasty uncomfortable armchair. A nasty uncomfortable armchair. Nasty, that is a general opinion. The area is dirty, nasty. These are all some of the general opinions. Uncomfortable. Comfortable is a word associated with furnitures. Comfortable, uncomfortable, spacious. These are some of the words associated with the adjectives used to describe a furniture. So, you put a general opinion in front of a specific opinion. A nasty, uncomfortable armchair. A dirty, uncomfortable armchair. A lovely, intelligent animal. Lovely is a general opinion. Suppose if you have a pet which is so friendly with you, that means it is so able to accept your love and affection, it is able to respond your love and affection. At the same time, if it is intelligent, suppose if you have a parrot, and suppose if you make some sound, if it is repeated by the parrot, you will say that the parrot is intelligent. Sometimes if the parrot recognizes you and if it calls you, then you say it is lovely, intelligent animal. So lovely is a general opinion, intelligent is a specific opinion. A lovely, intelligent animal. A general opinion is placed in front of a specific opinion. The next point is, we usually put an opinion adjective in front of a descriptive adjective. We have descriptive adjectives also. For example, color. Suppose if you have a dress, we used to tell about the color of the dress. So that adjective is a descriptive adjective. Suppose if it is connected with the person, then the appearance, whether he is young or old, whether he is black in color or medium or white in color, whether he is a fat or lean man. So these are some of the adjectives which are descriptive adjectives. Always we are supposed to put an opinion adjective, whatever it may be, whether it is a general opinion or specific opinion. The opinion adjective is placed in front of a descriptive adjective. A nice red dress. Red is a descriptive adjective. Nice is a general adjective. It is an opinion adjective. So you put nice before red, a nice red dress. A silly old man. Those horrible yellow curtains. Horrible, that is a opinion. Okay? It is a opinion adjective. So that is placed before the descriptive adjective, namely yellow. Yellow refers to the color of the curtains. So those horrible yellow curtains. So this is the order of using the adjectives when we have a descriptive adjective and a opinion adjective. The opinion adjective is placed in front of a descriptive adjectives. Similarly, we are putting adjectives or we are using adjectives after link words. We use some adjectives only after a link verb. See? For example, the bus was late. The bus was late. The following adjectives was, that is the link verb here. So, the bus was late. Late is the adjective. The bus was late. Similarly, we can use the following verbs, following adjectives. The following adjectives can be used after a link verb. Afraid is an adjective. Ill. Feels ill. He feels ill. Feel, that is a verb. Link verb. Ill, that is an adjective. Afraid. Ill. Alive. Alone. Asleep, content, glad, ready, sorry, sure, unable, well. So these are some of the adjectives which are supposed to be used after a link verb. He is unable. Is verb. He is unable to read. Because he left the glasses, goggles. He left his goggles or reading glass. For example, in your textbook it is given, the child was afraid. The child was afraid. The child was afraid of something. The child was afraid of the dog. He is content with what he earns. He is satisfied, content with what he earns. So he is, that is the link verb here. So adjectives are placed after the link verbs. We have some of the commonest ed adjectives. See, we have the commonest ed adjectives and they are normally used only after a link verb. Annoyed, bored, finished, pleased, thrilled. These are some of the ed verbs, that is the adjectives ending with ed adjectives. So these adjectives are normally used only after a link verb. He is annoyed. He feels bored. He feels it is finished. The matter is finished. He is pleased. The public was thrilled. So these are some of the adjectives which end with ed. In your book, a few examples are given. Yeah, the child was my uncle, the teacher was ill. Our teacher was ill. Was is a link verb, ill. My uncle was very glad when he heard the news. The policeman seemed to be very annoyed. To be, that is the verb. To be, that is the verb. So ed adjectives are normally used after a link verb. Sometimes we have three adjectives in front of a noun. Of course, this is very unusual. Imagine, we have three adjectives in front of a noun. But this is unusual. One sentence. A nice, handsome young man. Man is the noun. Young, it is a descriptive adjective. Young, we have handsome, that give you a general opinion. Nice, that is a general adjective. So, three adjectives can be used. A nice, handsome young man. A big black American car. Car, noun, it is the name for a vehicle. We have different products of cars. Cars are supplied by Americans, Indians, Chinese. So, a big black American car, that is a statement having three adjectives. That horrible, big, fierce dog. That horrible, big, fierce dog. So it is very unusual to have more than three adjectives. Anyhow, you must be informed. And next we have a table. If you refer the table, then you can find the adjectives, they come in the order. Point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is given. So first, you put the general opinion, adjective which gives you a general opinion. That, nice, the. These are some of the adjectives which give you a general opinion. And after the general opinion, you put the adjective which gives you a specific opinion. Handsome, that is a adjective which gives you a specific opinion. Third one is the adjective which gives you information about the size. Tall, short, heavy, lean. These are some of the adjectives which is connected with the size. Long, short. And we have adjectives which are connected with the shape, which describe the shape, age of a person, color, black, white, yellow, orange. We have different adjectives which used to describe the color. Nationality, Arabian, Indian, Negroes, Americans, white people, Europeans. These are some of the adjectives which describe the nationality. We have adjectives which are describing the material. So that is placed at position number 8. And at last we have the remaining sentence. The rest of the sentence is there. That I can make a sentence by reading the table. I can make one sentence. That handsome young man joined the army. That handsome, tall, young man turned out to be the winner. That is another sentence. So you can make a few sentences by following the order. So if you follow the order, namely general opinion, specific opinion, size, shape, age, color, nationality, material, etc., then you construct a meaningful sentence in English. The sentence will be a meaningful one. Your communication is very good, I can say. See, coming to the fifth category of adjectives, we have comparative and superlative adjectives. What are these comparative and superlative adjectives? See, we use the comparative adjectives only to show the change or make comparisons. By using comparative adjectives, you are able to make comparisons. Which is best? Which is better? So by using these words, namely better and best, you make comparisons. I make a statement. This bike is certainly better, but it is far more expensive. I am feeling healthier now. We need a bigger house. So we have used some comparative adjectives. Healthier, bigger, far more. So these are some of the comparative adjectives. We use than when we want to compare one thing with another. Sneha is 2 years older than I or me. Sneha is 2 years older than I or me. My brother is 2 years younger than me. I am older than my brother by 2 years. So, this is a comparative adjective. Delhi is a much bigger city than Bangalore. Delhi is our capital, whereas Bangalore is the capital of Karnataka state. So, naturally, we have Delhi and New Delhi, Old Delhi and New Delhi. That itself is a state. So the Delhi is much bigger than Bangalore. He is a better player than Ganguly. Now, who is the best player in cricket? You can compare them. You can compare them. Virat Kohli, he is a better player than Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So, better, that is a comparative adjective. Australia is a bigger country than New Zealand. New Zealand is a small island, whereas Australia, that is a big country. So, Australia is a bigger country than New Zealand. See, when we want to describe how something or someone changes, we can use two comparatives with and. The balloon got bigger and bigger. So everyone Everything is getting more and more expensive. The balloon got bigger and bigger. Two adjectives, comparative adjectives. Everything is getting more and more expensive. Grandfather is looking older and older. Grandfather is looking older and older. We often use the with comparative adjectives to show that one thing depends on another. We often use the with comparative adjectives to show that one thing depends on another. The sooner you do your work, the better for us. It is almost saying, equal to saying, when you do your work soon, it is better. So the sooner you do your work, sooner, that is a comparative adjective. You are doing it quickly, but if you quickly do it at a faster rate, the sooner you do your work, the better for us. So when you do your work soon, it is better. It is a comparative adjective. Sooner. Higher they climbed, the colder it got. So when they climbed higher, it got colder. Higher they climbed, the colder it got. And we have superlative adjectives. See, the word the is used with superlative adjectives. Than, THAN, than is used with comparative adjectives. Sooner than, more than is the word that is used after comparative adjectives. The word the, the is used with superlative adjectives. So all these things comes from the degrees of comparison. Good, best, good, better, best. So better is comparative degree, best is superlative degree. Always we say it is a good book. This book is better than other books. Better than. And sometimes we say this is the best book. This is the best book. We have the before the superlative adjectives. So let us see a few more examples that is given in your English book, communicative English book. It was the sunniest day in December. Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world. Everest is the highest mountain peak in the world. That is the best film I have seen this year. I have 3 sisters. Rekha is the oldest and Anjali is the youngest. The superlative adjectives are used. Suppose if I use comparative adjectives, Rekha is older than Anjali. So, we have 2 types of adjectives, comparative adjectives and superlative adjectives. I have given the definitions and examples. How can you make a comparative and superlative adjective? See, To make a comparative adjective, we add er. Cold, colder. Hot, hotter. Weak, weaker. Tall, taller. Sweet, sweeter. So these are some of the comparative adjectives that is obtained by modifying the nouns. So we usually add er, comparative or superlative adjectives. And for superlative adjectives, we add est to the one syllable words to make a comparative and superlative adjectives. He is the poorest boy in the class. He is the darkest boy in the class. So, I have given some examples in the book also, comparative and superlative adjectives. Cold, colder, coldest. Colder is a comparative adjective, coldest is superlative adjectives. So, when we have an adjective that ends in E, we add ROR ST like that. Suppose if an adjective ends with a vowel and a consonant, we double the consonant. For example, BIG, big. So we double the consonant G, that is the consonant, big, bigger, biggest. Two G's, big, bigger, biggest. Fat, fatter and fastest. Fat, fatter. Fat is a fat, fatter, fattest. So if an adjective ends in a consonant and Y, we change Y to I. One example is happy. Comparative adjective, happier. Superlative adjective, happiest. Silly, sillier, silliest. Superlative adjective. So, it is how we end with the words which are ending with Y. We use more and most to make comparatives and superlatives for the most two-syllable adjectives, and for all adjectives with three or more syllables. For example, careful, you should be very careful. You should be more careful, comparative adjective. That means you are careful, but your carefulness is not sufficient because it is an accident prone area. So, you should be more careful, and you are most careful. You are the most careful person. That's why you have escaped from the accident. That's why you are not caught in the examination. So, we use more and most after the verbs. Apart from these common two-syllable adjectives, you can also add er, r and est to these common syllable adjectives. You can you can use more and most. You can use more and most, common. You can say most common, more common. Sometimes you can add the adjectives er, commoner, crueler, gentlest, handsome, likely. These are some of the two-syllable adjectives which are modified by adding er and est. We have some of the adjectives: narrow, pleasant, polite, simple, stupid. That can also be modified by adding er. Narrower. The street is narrower here. The street is narrower than the other streets. Politer. The man is politer than his boss. The manager is simpler than the assistant manager. So this is about some of the common two-syllable adjectives which are modified with er, r and est. I have also made a few sentences that is given in our textbook. He is certainly handsomer than his brother. So, he is certainly handsomer than his brother. His brother is handsome, but he is more handsome. She is one of the politest people I have ever met. That means she is the most polite person I have ever met. So that statement can also be told like this: she is one of the politest people I have ever met. The adjectives good, bad, and far have irregular comparatives and superlatives. Good becomes better. So these are all irregular, comparative, and superlative adjectives. Good, normal. We should not say gooder, goodest, that is wrong. Good, better, best. Good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Far, farther, farthest. So these are some of the adjectives which are used in comparative forms. And let us move to the last type of adjectives which are called as intensifiers. Some adjectives, they are not only comparing but they also intensify the noun. So to intensify the nouns, we use words like very, readily, extremely to make adjectives. These are used to make the adjectives stronger. So, such adjectives are called as intensifiers. It is a very interesting story. We use two adjectives. Story, that is the noun. Story may be of any type. It may be a comedy story, it may be a tragic story, or it may be a novel. So, it is a It may be an interesting story or it may be a boring story. But very, that is a descriptive adjective, comparative adjective. So it is a very interesting book or very interesting story. Very is a comparative adjective. It is a very interesting story. Comparative adjective, and we have interesting adjectives, that is describing the quality. It is a very interesting story. Everyone was very excited. It is really interesting story. Everyone was extremely excited. So, we have a variety of words which are called as intensifiers, which are also used along with our nouns to intensify them. And we call these words intensifiers. The other intensifiers that is given in your communicative English textbook is amazingly, particularly, exceptionally, remarkable, incredible, unusually. So these are some of the intensifiers that is given in your textbook. See, we have intensifiers with very strong adjectives. Example is, we do not normally use very with these adjectives. Strong adjectives are words like, L-I-K-E, like is a strong adjective. So, we do not use the very with these adjectives. Very. Suppose if you have strong adjectives, like is a strong adjective. We do not say something is very enormous or someone is very brilliant. Very big, enormous, huge. These are strong adjectives. Big, that itself is an adjective describing about the quality or size. Big, small, shorter, longer, taller. So very big, very small, very clever, very bad, very sure. I am very sure of it. That means you are 100% okay. Very good. That means perfection. So these are some of the strong adjectives called as intensifiers. Very, that is a intensifier, very strong adjective. We have enormous, huge. Just like this, we have tiny. Intensifier. It is an adjective. It used to intensify the other adjectives. So intensifiers, tiny, brilliant, awful, terrible, disgusting, dreadful. These are some of the intensifiers. Certain, excellent, perfect, ideal, wonderful, splendid, ideal, wonderful, splendid, delicious. These are some of the intensifiers. With strong adjectives, we normally use intensifiers like absolutely. This is absolutely free. The place is absolutely free from pollution. Really, he is really a good person. He is really a good person. Quite handsome young man. Totally strong adjective. Exceptionally strong adjective. Particularly, utterly. So these are some of the strong adjectives. See, we say that the film was absolutely awful. The film, the noun is over and we describe it absolutely awful. So we have different adjectives, specific adjectives, intensifiers. He was an exceptionally brilliant child. The food smelled really disgusting. The food smelled really disgusting. So we use intensifiers. The intensifiers are often used with comparatives and superlatives. We use these words and phrases as intensifiers with comparative adjectives. Much, a great deal. Far, a good deal. Far, a good deal. A lot, a good bit. Quite a lot, a fair bit. We have some statements. He is much older than me. That means he is much older than I. Instead of me, you can also put I, personal pronoun. He is much older than I. He is much older than me. Much older than. So, than, comparative adjective. New York is a lot bigger than Boston. Lot bigger than Boston. We use much and far as intensifiers with comparative adjectives. New York is much bigger than. This brand is much costlier than the other brands. Much costlier than the other brands. So much and far, they are used as intensifiers when we have comparative adjectives in front of a noun. France is a much bigger country than Britain. Much bigger country than Britain. Bigger is a comparative adjective. Much, intensifier. So France is a much bigger country than Britain. He is a far better player than Ronaldo. So we use these words as intensifiers with superlative adjectives. He is a far better player than Ronaldo. The superlative adjectives are easily, by far, much. The blue whale is easily the biggest animal in the world. So we have an intensifier and the adjective of the word, namely animal. Noun. Animal is the noun. So easily the biggest animal. This car was by far the most expensive. This car was by far the most expensive one. So, this is about the different types of adjectives or different situations in which we use the adjectives. Once again, let me recall. We have adjectives which are commonly used in a sentence. We saw some examples and exercises. And another category of adjectives which are ending with ing and ed. And based on this, we have discussed the adjective order. Fourth one is adjectives of quantity. What are the different adjectives of quantities that can be used? And fifth one is your comparative and superlative adjectives. And sixth one is your intensifiers. So, please go through your communicative English book. Try to complete the exercises in the classwork notebook. Okay, in the next class we shall meet. Goodbye.